Hey friends. So I am a mother of a disabled child and I'm going to tell you how I got here. So about a year ago, well, I'm going to backtrack a little bit further than that. My youngest is 4, but I don't know, it was about a year and a half ago we started getting him tested for speech and different, hi Michelle, good to see you today. Well, I guess good to see you on here. Anyway, we started getting him tested and for different like occupational therapy and speech therapy, and he qualified for speech, but he didn't for OT. And then we decided to see if he would qualify for developmental preschool, and he didn't qualify, which was like super disheartening to me because I could tell, I saw him interact with his peers, and I knew that he wasn't up to their level. I knew there were some concerns. So when he didn't qualify for developmental preschool, I'm like, oh shoot, this is something we really need. This is something that I know he would qualify for, but they told me to come back in the fall, which was fall of 2016. So in the fall of 2016, a year ago, I went and got him retested for developmental preschool, and he qualified under the speech factor. And so because he had a speech delay, he qualified. Sorry, I'm getting text while this is happening. Anyway, he qualified under this speech category, and I was like super excited because he needed this so badly. And then when I went in to go do his IEP with the preschool is actually in the public school system. So our public elementary school hosts the preschool. And so I went in, we were talking about his IEP. So what they do in this developmental preschool is they form an IEP, which is an individual educational plan. And so they can work with the child's needs and kind of teach them in the way they need to be taught, because not all children learn the same way. And so we created this IEP, and then I had to sign the bottom saying that I understand that my child is disabled, which was it was weird to me. I'm like, my child's not disabled, but I had to sign that paper because we went through all this work and we formed this plan, and it doesn't go in effect unless I sign this paper saying that I understand that my child's disabled. And so I'm like, all right, I guess my child's disabled. I signed the paper and boom, we were ready to go. However, I think that a lot of people think they have this misconception that disabled means, maybe Down syndrome or, some other like physical disability. But the fact that my child is disabled just means that he's got a speech delay and he learns differently than his peers. And so it's been 1 year since my child has been in the developmental preschool, and he has come so far. So what he needed was that plan to cater to his needs and to be formed in a way that he could learn. And the preschool has like a really small teacher to student ratio, so he gets a lot of one-on-one time, and it's free. So that's a big perk. And the school bus comes and gets him, so that's a big perk. So yeah, it's like a struggle, saying, oh yeah, my child's disabled and he's got these problems, but there's a lot of perks. And the fact that he got into this developmental preschool has made a huge difference in his development. Is he up to par with his peers yet? No, not yet. But he's getting there, and he's getting there quickly. And I don't know, maybe by next year when he starts kindergarten, we may not even realize that he ever had a delay, because we intervened early. And I guess that's the purpose of my video today, is that just because a child has a struggle doesn't mean that they can't learn. They just learn differently. And if you intervene earlier, then it's going to make a huge difference for the development later. So could you imagine, I guess if I didn't help my child and get him the services that he needs, then when I throw him into kindergarten, he's not going to be able to keep up. And it's going to be super frustrating for him because his peers are doing well and they're doing everything they're supposed to, but he can't keep up because he wasn't taught in a way that works for him. And so just because your child has problems doesn't mean that they're not capable. It just means they learn differently. And that's where, as parents, we've got to fight for them, and we've got to help them learn in a way that they need to learn to help them be successful. He's got a late birthday though, and so I don't know if next year, if he is up to par, if I'm going to put him into kindergarten or wait another year. He's pretty small too. So anyway, I guess I want to hear feedback from you guys. If you have a young child like with a summer birthday, do you put them in kindergarten when they're 5, or do you put them in kindergarten when they're 6? That is a problem I'm facing. And plus with the IEP, if I were to pull him out of the preschool, it would cancel his IEP. And so that way we'd have to fight for it again if he isn't up to par and we need another IEP. I'd have to go and pull teeth and nails to get that. So that's what makes me nervous about waiting a year. Christy says, Karen, I worked as a developmental preschool teacher and did IEPs. I've been on both sides of these as a teacher and a parent of the same speech concerns. Yeah, it makes a difference. I'm so grateful for like great professionals that can help my child because I didn't know what to do. I mean, it's like I want to help him, but I'm not trained to help him in the way he needs to be helped. So I'm glad that there's people like you. So thank you. Anyway, I guess the purpose of this, I talk with my hands a lot, sorry. The purpose of this video is to, I guess, advocate for these kids that have delays or disabilities that they need help. You know, intervene earlier, because if you intervene earlier, there's a lot of hope for these kids that they wouldn't, I mean, you may not even know that they had any sort of disability. So I guess that's where as parents we just need to jump in and just not fall for that stigma of a disability. Christy says, I'm waiting for Fisher until 6. He has an August birthday because plus we might homeschool due to his food allergies. That's a great thing. I know. I guess I have another year to decide, but I guess we'll see where he is developmentally. But anyway, thanks guys for chiming in. Hi, Jeremy. Hi, Justin. You guys have a great Friday and a great weekend. Woohoo! Finally, I've been waiting for this day all week. Have a good one, guys.